Hello! I'm Elaine, and I'm a tour guide in the French Quarter. I do ghost tours. And I am not going to tell you the stories that I tell on my tour, because you gotta pay for those. But if you want to hear some interesting things that have happened to me while I'm leading random drunk people around the French Quarter, I got you. Another thing that happens occasionally, especially this being New Orleans, guys will come up and try to hit on girls on my tour in the middle of stories, which is just a little bit rude. Dude, girl is obviously occupied. Come back in like 5 minutes. But one of my favorite versions of this that ever happened was I was at a location that I visit on a regular basis. It's nice there, but it is a neighborhood that's near an interesting neighborhood. And I was doing the story, and that particular night I had a crew of like 20 girls and a wide variety of ages. Some of them were older, some of them were quite young, and some of the ones that were quite young, yeah, were stunningly attractive and dressed really nicely. And I'm telling my story, and this guy walks up and stops right next to me, which is never a good sign. And I sort of pause to turn to look at him and go, "Hi, honey, what can I help you with?" But before I can speak, he looks at the girls that are in front and are like, "Y'all are just the most beautiful ladies I've ever seen. Y'all are gorgeous. I want to go out with you. I've got, like, a great place to take you. Let me just get your number. Or better yet, just go with me right now and I'll go get you some drinks." And he's not even pausing for breath. He is just shooting his shot right out there. And I can see that some of the girls are uncomfortable, and more to the point, I want to finish my story. So I eventually just talk over for him, and I'm like, "Honey, we're in the middle of a tour. We are literally in the middle of a story. You need to come back later." And he's like, "But these are beautiful women." And I'm like, I know they are, but we're in the middle of something. He's like, "I'm not talking to you." And I'm like, "Cool. Thanks for pointedly discluding me from the, attempted seduction, but still, you need to leave. We're in the middle of a story." And when one of the girls nods that, yeah, he needs to leave, this confident beast of a man looks at me and says, "Oh, it's all right. I need to go make some money anyway. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. And I'm just sort of like, okay, sure. That was sort of impressive. But he continues down the street, and I'm continuing my story. But he stops about 4 doors down from where I am, so I can still see him. And I'm definitely keeping an eye on him because I'm worried that he's going to come back. And I notice that he's not standing there watching us. He's rung a doorbell and is waiting for someone. And someone comes down, greets him, they chat for a moment, and obviously exchange little baggies of something, and he gets a wad of cash. And right when that story was ending, he shows back up and, like, waits for me to finish the story before he says, "All right, ladies, I got the money now. Who wants to join me?" And, like, they're all giving me that look of, "Did we just watch this guy do a drug deal and come back to hit on us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that is exactly what happened." And they look nervous, so I'm like, "Okay, sweetheart, I'm glad you got your money. I'm not sure these are the ladies for you. Let's finish our tour." And amazingly, this man just sort of smiles and is like, "All right, well, if you need me, I'm going to be around the corner," and marches back up the street. So at least he was polite. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for listening.